Today we're going to learn how to make colored dyes using plant materials. So let me show you the materials you'll need to do this project. First, you're going to need a pot filled with 8 cups of water. You're going to need something called alum. This is your mordant that's going to be able to attach the dye to your fabric. And this can be found in the spice section at a grocery store. You're going to need 1 ounce or about 2 tablespoons of alum. I've chosen today to use beets, carrots, and spinach. And this will make a nice, hopefully, red color, yellow color, and green color. You could try blueberries, strawberries, or any other kind of colored vegetable and see how those turn out as well. You will also need something called cheesecloth. Okay. This is a fine mesh cloth that you're going to put your chopped up vegetables in so that they can easily be pulled back out of your pot of water. I'm going to be dyeing later today, tie-dyeing a pillowcase, so a cotton pillowcase. If you'd like to do a t-shirt or some other cotton material, that'd be fine too. Now, to chop up our vegetables, you can either do that by hand with a cutting board and a knife. Of course, be careful with the knife. You could also try it with a food processor or even a mortar and pestle where you put the vegetable parts in and you'd crush it with your pestle there. Okay. So let's get started. I'm going to chop up some of the vegetables just coarsely, roughly, on the cutting board, and then I'm going to move to the food processor to more finely chop up. Okay, I'm going to start with our beets. Our beets have been peeled, and at this point the beets can stain your clothes and even your hands. So I've put gloves on. I'm wearing dark clothes, but you may want to put an apron on. So I'm going to just loosely chop up the beets so that they will more easily go into the food processor. Again, if you want to just chop up real finely by hand, you can keep going with the chopper. Okay, and at this point we are going to dump our food processed beets or our chopped up beets on top of our cheesecloth. Be careful of the blade if you're using a food processor. Alright, and then you're just going to want to tie this up or use a rubber band. I'm actually going to use a binder clip. If you want, you can attach a string to it so it's easier to pull out of the pot later, or you can just fish it out with tongs. But we are ready then to place this into some directions say to soak it overnight in lukewarm water and then put it into our boiling water. We're just going to go ahead and put it directly into our boiling water. And you're going to have it on a low boil for about an hour. And then we're going to go ahead and chop up our carrots and spinach next. All right, we have our boiling pot of water, and we're going to put our beets in there for about an hour. Okay, we have our beets boiling, we have our carrots boiling, and we have our spinach starting to boil. You can start to see the color of the water even changing right now. So keep those on a low boil for an hour. Things have been boiling for an hour, and we're ready to remove the bags of plant material. And we'll pull these out and kind of wring them by pushing a spoon against it as we pull it out. We're then going to add that 2 tablespoons or 1 ounce of alum to each and mix. Until that's well dissolved. And I've kept the dye mixture on a very low heat. We want to have it on a low simmer. Okay. And we're also ready to prepare our tie-dyed item. Again, I'm doing a pillowcase. You can do any other kind of item you'd like. Whatever you use, you need to dampen it first and wring out any excess water. So this is a wet, damp, and wrung out pillowcase. And you can look online to see any number of different ways to fold these and make some interesting designs. I've folded my pillowcase in half, and I'm going to see what it looks like if I zigzag it first. And I'm actually then going to attach it to a top of a spoon. I'm going to go for a little bit of an ombre effect. You can also use a rubber band to affix it. And we're going to just dip the bottom half of this and leave it for about 20 minutes in one of the colors. I'm going to follow up with a paintbrush just to blend the dye up for, again, that ombre effect. And then when we're done with that, I'm going to take that apart and I'm going to do a little twisting action with some of the other colors near the middle of the pillowcase. So we'll go ahead and get this set in our dye for 20 minutes. So I'm going to undo this, and we're going to open up the middle of the pillowcase. I'm going to try some different twisting methods I saw online, see if those work. Twist this little part right here. Twist. Let's see if this does anything. Again, we're going to put this in our dye bath. Since I'm going to be putting both of these sections in two different colors, I'm going to do the darker color first. I'm putting it in the green. So we'll see if that can dye the center, and then I'll put it a little deeper into the yellow carrots after this and get it up a little bit further, so maybe the middle will be a little bit of a yellow color. Alright, so again, we're going to let that sit. I'm going to go ahead and put it back on simmer for 20 minutes or until the desired color that you want. Well, we are here at day 2 and we have the pillowcase results. Using plant materials, they're not going to be as bright as the chemical dyes that you might buy for tie dyeing that you might have done in the past. So our pillowcase has turned out a little more pastel. The beads turned out nice and pink or rose colored as we expected, but the carrots didn't really turn out at all. And in the middle we have our spinach, and it turned out a yellow and it's kind of pale. So we're going to do the same technique a second time, and we're just going to test and see how this time maybe some red cabbage, and we're going to try some blueberries, and I'll let you know how that goes. Same technique, same process. Some blue color in there. That's the red cabbage. We've got our blueberries going on in there. This is the new one I did. I just did some twisting and added some rubber bands. And interestingly, this blue color is from the red cabbage, and this purple color is from the blueberries. Seems kind of opposite.